It's another week. You know how this is. Every Sunday, it's a shout out show, man. It's the comic book community shout out show. Yo, I want to say thank you to everyone that's in the house right now. I see a bunch of people in the chat. A bunch of people in the chat. Yo, I am so thankful for you guys for hanging out with us. But you know what? I can never do the chat alone because you know what? Someone sent me a text earlier this morning and said, Rod, what are you doing? I said, my usual. And I said, you want to jump on? He said, let's do this. I said, why not? We got my brother. There he is. What's going on, Jeff? How are you today on this beautiful Sunday?
Oh, I'm doing amazing. It's been just chilling, watch some football games. I was watching New Orleans Saints and the Falcons. Crazy game. Falcons coming out strong. So that was a surprise. And just been chilling, talking with you earlier this morning. And, just thought we'd get down.
Yeah, man. That's pretty dope. We're going to have a very special guest, guys. I don't think a lot of the community members know him, but he's going to jump on. We're going to talk about his channel, or he's going to talk about his channel, and we're just going to have a good time. Guys, as always, man, thank you for hanging out. And Perry. I see Perry's like around there doing something already. But anyway, but hey Jeff, man, who we got in the chat, man? We
got some great people in the chat. Troublemaker Comics, what's up, Troublemaker? Always good to see you. Downright Nerdy Podcast, what's going on, guys? How you guys doing today? We got Perry. What's up, Perry? What are you doing
that
up
guy?
there?
I don't know.
Oh wow, dang! You hear that, Perry? We've got Skits Comics. What's up, Skits? Good to see you tonight. Geeks, Drinks, and Comics. What's going on there? Saw some of your pictures from this weekend you were posting. Looked like you had a lot of fun. Brinking Comics, what's up, brother? Good to see you. Hope you're having a great day, man. Samuel, what's up, Samuel David? Good to see you. Yule Carter, thanks for joining us. Immortal Biggie Shaq, what's going on, man? Good to see you guys. Hope everyone's doing well today.
Yeah, man.
Not yet, man. Oh, man, Five Guys. I love Five Guys.
Oh man, yo, we just getting started, man. Just get ready. We're gonna have a good time. We have 5 shout outs to give. Not only that, there's a bonus shout out. I'm telling you, man, it's gonna be a great show. If you guys never seen these channels before, man, stay tuned, man. It's gonna be a great one. And I wanna just post up people's comments and stuff like that. So I'm gonna try to multitask at the same time. But right now, let's introduce our special. I usually do one shout out, but I figured let's not do that. I don't want to put him on timeout this long. He is Chris.
Hey guys, what's up? How you doing?
What's going on?
Good to have you
be here.
Good.
With two of the most famous, most popular in the comic community. We're popping up all over the place. I'll be watching channels I didn't even know were connected to like that group, and then Jeffrey will just be on it. I'll be like, man, he's got his hands on everyone's channel, So
that's what makes it fun.
Yeah, no, definitely. I'm definitely one of the guys that pops in and out of the chats, has fun. Tries to be a little bit of a smart aleck and then leaves. Not sure if, try to be right on the edge and not be kicked off or deleted. Have my comments deleted.
That's cool though. Like we need that out there. That's what keeps us going.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah,
sorry,
and you gotta know.
If you hear the beast in the background, guys. If you hear the beast, which is a miniature, a small dog. So ignore her. But you know what?
My dog might roll in too, so I'll let you guys know.
Nice.
So,
all right. Before we get into well, I want to say I gotta do a quick shout out, real quick, man.
Shout out.
I got King of Comicdom, 151 subscribers on YouTube, on Instagram. You can find him under the same name. You know what? He's been collecting comics for a long time, over 45 years, man. That is amazing, man. He loves some golden and copper age comics. Not only that, he loves to enjoy these comics. and he wants to share them with us, you know what? I feel it, man. If you've been collecting comics for 45 years, I'm 43. I'm a late gamer in this stuff, but man, there it is, man. King of
Nice.
Comicdom, 100
Yeah,
subscribers.
I just found and subscribed him. I didn't know of him.
So King of
Looks like he's got
Comicdom
a
is
good collection.
well, King of Comicdom is actually a veteran of the community. He was one half of the Go-To Geeks.
Yep.
Once they sort of split up, and so he's off on his own. So Go-To Geeks was like an 800 subscriber channel, and it was two older guys. One's named Roger. I forget King of Comicdom's name, but yeah, they're a great channel because they're showing all the old stuff, old Golden Key stuff, all the stuff he collected as a kid. So I really like that channel. And I actually didn't know he set off on himself by himself. I thought he was just done showing comics because they closed up Go-To Geeks. I thought he was just done until Rod showed me this popped up, and he'd been on my channel too a little bit, giving the thumbs up on reviews and whatnot, even though I'm reviewing new stuff and he's into old stuff. And I didn't realize, I didn't realize it was him. So I'm excited that he's back on. So he's sort of like an oldie that needs a shout out because he's going off on his own.
Nice.
Yeah. And I made a note. The funny thing is, man, the notes go a long way, man. It's hard because I did write the Go-To Geek stuff right above the channel. Well, when I put it on the second screen, I just put my major notes, and next I left that out. So I really do appreciate that, Chris, for you bringing that up because we had to acknowledge that channel too.
Yeah, they're funny too because they used to, we all put our comic hauls, or a lot of us do, on Wednesday or Thursday, and it's New Comic Book Day, and they would come on. He would go, "Hey everyone, welcome to Old Comic Book Day," and then they'd show their stuff that they picked up from the 70s. So it's a fun channel, fun guys.
There's a few more people in the chat.
Yes, there are. We've got our boy Big Lion Cat. What's up, Big Lion Cat? Good to see you as always. We've got Katie Porca. I'm sorry, I don't know.
That's all right.
Air Spider 23, my boy Who Dat. What's up, Who Dat? John Lovelace. What's going on, John Lovelace? Aggressively Relaxing. What's up, Aggressively Relaxing? Good to see you. The Dorkeries. What's up, the Dorkeries? Good to see you guys. Hope you're having a wonderful Sunday. Thank you all for being here.
All right, cool, man. So we were talking about stuff, Chris and Jeffrey and myself, throughout texts and DMs and stuff like that. Man, there's a bunch of stuff that, oh man, I mean, we love stuff from the 90s, but at the same time, there's this whole comic book stuff that whether we need to maybe cut down a little bit. I want to mention a couple books. I want to mention a couple books that I drop off my pool list, should we say? So I know everyone in the community has a pool list. So I'm going to mention one book out there, and it's Venom. I'm sorry, guys. I'm dropping Venom. I'm dropping Venom.
It's cool. You don't got to apologize.
So I'm not, but the community loves Venom. So there's a fan base for it. So what do you think about that, Chris? What do you think about me taking Venom off my pull list, man?
So the main reason we pull stuff off is just because so much new stuff comes up, and we can't walk up. You can't walk up every Wednesday, drop $150. You're not even going to read them. But what I'm curious about is, so that's always the main reason. You'd buy every comic if you could, right?
Absolutely.
But why did Venom? Did you stop reading it? Did you get behind on it? Because Venom 20 is big. You should maybe just get Venom 20 and then drop it.
Well, you know what? I just wasn't feeling it. I was just like reading it. I'm just like, even though I know it's a big issue, I'm just not digging it, man.
Well, that's fine. That's good.
No, that's fine.
And Donnie Case is doing a great job. I mean, the community loves Donnie, and Donnie's been doing a great job of a bunch of stuff. But it was just like, you know what? At the moment, I was reading it. I was like, we got to talk about other things and symbiotes and tie-ins, and but I'm just telling you, it's off the pool list.
Though you were feeling,
I need to save a couple dollars because I like to pre-order a lot of stuff too. So
I know what you're feeling, because I thought Venom was getting slow, like around 8, 9, 10 a little bit, and I wasn't going to cut it, but I was like, man, he better do something. But these last few issues have been real focused on Dylan Brock, so I get it. I could see how unless you're reading like Absolute Carnage very closely, I could see how people would get sick of Venom there a little bit. So yeah, for me, I'll drop indies. I was reading. I don't know if you guys seen the stuff from H1. They're trying to do their own like big world like DC and Marvel has. No one's been very good at it, but the Ignite series. Geez, I forgot who it is, and one of the comics was Strangeland, and I'll just drop off. I'll drop off indies, and I know people have been supporting it and stuff, but I'll give it 2 or 3, and then I'll decide to go get it in trade, or I'll go find it in trade. I'm trying to like sort of transition to trades too a little bit, just because I feel like I get more for my money, and I could sit down and read an entire arc or something like that. So,
that's just my stuff. How about you, Jeffrey?
Like I've dropped a few things over the last few months. I actually have my pool list narrowed down to 7 titles, and there's a few that I'm still thinking about cutting. Because right now, obviously, I got Immortal Hulk, I get Venom, and I get Guardians of the Galaxy. I get Justice League Dark, I get Wonder Woman, I get Detective Comics, and I get Die. So those are my 7 books that I've got it down to. And Die's been a good series, but I'm almost to the point where I'm kind of like just about ready to let it go. And maybe the same with Detective Comics. I don't know, it's all right, but it's not bad. It's just I'm not sure if I'm completely into keeping it going, and maybe picking up a couple of the X-Men ones and putting on there. But I mean, I've dropped the Punisher series, Fantastic Four. What else? There were some other ones that I've had to drop just because, if you're not reading it and you're not enjoying it, then it's best to do that. You don't have to feel like you got to keep going on with them. And I understand with like the Venom too, because there's so much going on with Venom. Sometimes it's overwhelming. Like you got Venom, but then you got Absolute Carnage. You got all the Carnage tie-ins. And if you can't keep up with
the tie-in, that's a good point you mentioned, Jeffrey.
It's hard to keep up with. I lost track. When I went to New York, I missed two Wednesdays at my LCS. I got way off track, lost, don't even know what's going on in the Absolute Carnage world anymore. And I stopped picking the books up just because, I was behind and didn't know what was going on. But, it's hard to keep up with.
It's very hard.
Yeah, especially when you go off and you go to like vacation, or you go to a con or something like that. I mean, just like day-to-day life, my stat gets bigger and bigger. I got to stop. Sometimes I have to stop buying stuff I like just because I'm 3 or 4 issues, back. And I'll be like, well, I'll have to go look for them later. I can't just keep spending money on like Middle West is one that I enjoy, but I'm like 4 or 5 issues back, right? So should I stop? I'm going to stop buying it until I catch up, kind of thing.
Oh man, it's such a great book. Yeah,
it is. Yeah, it is. There's no reason for me to stop it. It's just a great book. So, but I just have to catch up first.
Yeah, it happens.
At least I don't feel bad. I'm catching up on my reading, man.
I got to a point where I had
books.
Dude, I had a fat stack of books I was behind on. I got to a point where I just like filed them into my boxes and said, screw it, I'm gonna just start over. Like, I missed like 5 weeks on all my titles, so I just said, whatever, I have to start fresh.
Yeah, the only thing that makes me sort of not for some of these, like the Marvel, not so much, because those will always be on the shelves. I can go grab them. But like for something like Middle West, Middle West is what, like at 12 or 13 now issues, and I go to like 2 or 3 different LCSs. I'm lucky to be like, I have a bunch of, I'm not like, my wallet's not lucky. I'm lucky though. And, like they won't necessarily put Middle West 13 on the shelf anymore. It's like 13 issues in, no one's going to pick that off the shelf. So some of those titles, like if you want to stick with them, you actually have to have them in your pull list because the LCS won't order them. Where Fantastic Four and X-Men, that'll always be on the shelf. Detective Comics will always be a big stack. So
It's kind of like that with Die, because like if I don't pre-order Die, then if I don't have it on my pull list, there's no way it's going to be there by the time I go in after work. So it's just like one of those things that I've kept on there, and it's like in the back of my head, if I cut this, is the next issue going to be one that I'm going to regret cutting because I won't find it, and it's going to be like $40. It's like,
yeah, I gotta point out though, I love Die, and that's a comic I'll never cut. That'll be with me to the end. I'm just a big Kieran Gillen fan in general. This last issue, though, every arc is going to have an issue like this where it's sort of an offshoot. I don't know if you read number 9 yet, Jeffrey. But I
haven't picked them up yet.
Yeah. So that after you read that one, you'll probably be like, want to cut it, but it's like sort of like a offshoot issue. So
yeah, it's not bad. It's just I was really into it, and I read like the first 3, 4, 5 issues, and it was really good. And then it's just, I don't know if it's just me. It's just been really hard to make it through the last few issues.
And I'm with you on that, Jeffrey, because I'm like, I cut it too. I was just like, whoa, man, this thing is like, it's hard to follow unless you're like alone reading it.
Yeah.
At the time I'm reading this stuff, but I'm distracted too.
Well, that's part of that is my problem when it comes to like books that have lots and lots of dialogue and text. I tend to wander off mentally and not be able to stay focused. But that's not saying that it's not a good story.
But you guys are right. You guys are right about Kieran Gillen. He has a style where it comes out monthly issues, but he has a style where you really have to sit down. Because I read for Wicked and Divine, his other book that just ended, and I'm not finished with it, but I wasn't buying it. I was just buying the hardcovers, right? So it was like 2 trades and a hardcover. And that was like, okay, I got like 30, 40 minutes. I'm going to sit down. I'm going to read 3, 4 issues at a time or something. And you really you could really soak it in better. Where it is, I get that feeling too with Die. I feel like when the new issue comes, I should go and open up the issue that came before and read it again. Because he does have that style where it is, it's a lot more thick. You almost have to read it like it is a book, a few issues at a time.
And, to go along with that is I had that same problem with Immortal Hulk issue number 25, and I'm one of the biggest Hulk fans there is, and I had to sit there and tell myself, reading that story, like, this is Immortal Hulk 25. You got to finish it. And it's just one of those things. When it comes to a comic book with dialogue, they're sometimes rougher for me to digest.
And that's a good thing. And that's a good thing. Sorry, Chris.
No, you're good.
You know what? I want to. We gotta do another shout out. As always, we have the first one. We got King of Comicdom, 151 subscribers. Find him on Instagram at the same time, man. I got everyone's channel in the description below. All you gotta do is click it, and hopefully everyone's link is fine. But you know what? He's been collecting for 45 freaking years, man. And right now, we need to mention 4-color commentary. 90 subscribers on YouTube. And you know what? He does not have an Instagram that I know of. But, Mark's channel is pretty cool, man. He's been doing stuff for 40 years. His enjoyment and it's all comic book stuff, man. But he also wants to do like reviews. And not only that, creator profiles and information on actually some cheap comic books, man. Because I go searching for cheap comic books. So check him out. Some comic book pressing. And he has a thing about comic book gimmicks. So check his channel. 4-color commentary. Great homie in the community that needs to be recognized for what they're doing out there, man. Only 90 subscribers, man. Only 90. Come on, man. We can help this channel out.
Yeah. Do it.
I watched some of his videos, and he's a very knowledgeable guy. So even though it looks like he may have just got started on YouTube, he's one of those guys who's been collecting forever. You could see it by all the long boxes behind him in some of his videos. He has 2 like sort of series that I like, and they're short videos too. So one's called Affordable Firsts. So he features like the first Aliens versus Predator, things that are real cheap that are firsts, and then something else called Rousing Reference Material, where it's not comics, but he's looking at like the bigger books and stuff like that. So I enjoyed the videos I watched on his channel a lot. So he's very knowledgeable, and can't wait till it keeps going and has a whole bunch of stuff out there.
Yeah, and it's pretty neat when you run into these channels that have all this knowledge. Because sometimes I'll watch a video and I just lean back. I'll lean back.
Lean back.
Well, I'll lean back or lean forward. At the times, I'm like this. I'm just like watching this, hearing this information from these guys because I'm late in the game. But I'm just like watching this stuff, and I'm like, man, these guys been doing this for this long. They're like these guys are like the comic book Bible, should I say? You know, the guys know their stuff. They've been collecting for this long, and it's awesome that they're here sharing their knowledge to the comic book community, man. I think it's dope.
Yeah, no, I've learned a tremendous amount of knowledge just from YouTube and working with so many different people and just, like watching videos. I mean, there's a lot to learn, and it's cool to have it right there, be able to find it,
All right. So let's see who's in the chat, and then we could talk about some other stuff.
Yeah, we got some new people joining us. We got my boy Count Von Strange. What's up, Count Von Strange? Good to see you, man. John's Comics with Kids. What's up, John? How you doing tonight, man? Super Russ 9000. What's up, Russ? Good to see you tonight. Bub's Comics. What's up, Bub? Good to see you tonight, man. Jeff Comic 813. What's up, Bub? Jeff? Glitter and Duct Tape. What's going on, Glitter? Good to see you. The Gray Man. What's up, Gray Man? Good to see you. The Comic Collector. What's up, Comic Collector? Dylan's Comic Book Ranch. What's up, Dylan? Good to see you, man.
All right, so we were talking about tie-ins and stuff like that. Now, I know there's plenty of the tie-ins. I know Chris loves his tie-ins, right, Chris?
I mean, I don't love them, but it seemed like a good thing to talk about. I mean,
But you know what? I'm not a fan of the tie-ins, but you know what? You can buy certain ones if you're interested in reading, and you can connect them in your own ways. So,
well, let me ask you this though: you said you're not a fan of them, but do you buy them? Because then you effectively are a fan of them. That's why they're there. Because we all hate tie-ins. We're all annoyed that they're out there, and that you have to, if you want to collect all of Maximum or Absolute Carnage or all of War of the Realms, you're like, all these tie-ins, but do you buy them? That's the question, because then you do like them as far as Marvel's concerned, and DC and everyone else.
Very true.
Well said. Damn. Well, I could buy one or two, but it's like, oh man! But then next thing you know, it's like it's like a fish hook, it's a bait.
It is.
Oh man, it's. But then it goes back to our pool list. It's like, I gotta stop, and next thing you know, it just the list gets bigger and bigger. But the tie-ins are, it's for people out there that want to buy them. If you want to connect the whole story, and you go look at the end of the comic book, they have the whole everything in order. There was a Squirrel Girl tie-in for War of the Realms, like technically it's a tie-in. And you're right. If people want them, that's fine, but sometimes they just do anything to attach them, but they're hard not. If you buy, for example, if you're buying Venom, if you're Jeffrey, and I know he got behind around this time, but if you're Jeffrey and you're buying Venom and you're following Absolute Carnage, and then you see Absolute Carnage Immortal Hulk, it's hard, and it's written by Al Ewing. It's hard not to pick that up. And then if it turns out to suck, well, it doesn't matter. They still got your $4,
Yep.
So,
yep.
Did you pick it up? Did you get that one?
I did. I got this one.
Oh, you got a collector.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Something you can resell or collect there.
Yeah, no.
So I picked up the regular one.
I didn't pick it up because I was actually out of town when it came out, and I had ordered that one. So, but it would probably be something that I would definitely pick up if I found it laying around.
Yeah.
And I'd probably still be picking up the Absolute Carnage tie-ins too if I hadn't got behind on it. So I mean, yeah, there's a ton of them. So here's what I'll say though, just because I got a little roped into both the big, actually all three big events for Marvel this year. Normally I can avoid them, but for War of the Realms, you could avoid the tie-ins and it didn't matter. Like that story was pretty well together, and then you could just get an expanded version if you bought the other ones. But Absolute Carnage, you're missing out stuff.
if you don't buy some of those tie-ins.
I did not get any War of the Realms tie-ins. I was proud of myself for that. But yeah, no, the Absolute Carnage ones, they definitely were going along with the storyline. So I believe that this issue, was it issue 19 of Venom, though, that just came out, was like the last Absolute Carnage tie-in, supposedly.
No, well, one came out for Weapon H that I didn't buy. And the truth is like, if you're reading Absolute Carnage, you're missing out on what's happening to Dylan Brock and Venom. And it's annoying, but I mean, like we just said, if someone's buying them, then that's what happens. What tie-ins have you bought recently, Rod, that you can even think of any?
Well, I was buying the X-Men thing that just started, and then, I was like, I couldn't find them at the LCS, so I gave up. You know what? I'm just gonna buy the whole freaking trade, and that's it, man. It's a lot. Even though that I don't even think you can consider that a tie-in. It's not, but that's just one book. You got all these X-Men books. It's kind of hard. I just can't pick the regular X-Men story that was the hottest one.
Yeah.
And then connect everything together. The heck of it. I was gonna buy the trade or the book, and it's gonna cost me about $50. But
Yeah. How's that trade coming out? Is that going to be that they can't do House of X and Powers of 10 separately, right? They have to do one big thick trade, don't they? I don't know if you guys are reading that.
I read it. Did you like it? I thought it was pretty good.
I loved it. Now that I'm looking back on it, I could see it's all set up, and they were making me excited. And when I look back on it, it's like, okay, everything was it was like one of those, those alpha books that sort of just show you little things here and there. So while I was reading it, I was excited. What the hell's happening? What's going on? And now when I look back on it, I'm like, oh, you're just trying to rope me in for 2 years, Hickman. Now it's an ad. Now I think it is an ad.
Exactly, because they didn't even finish the story. I was like,
yeah.
You guys got me 10 issues, 12 issues, and you guys just leave me hanging.
That's exactly what happened. I mean, he almost showed us the end too. I mean, without any spoilers, but. I mean, Rod, you'll still like it. It'll just make you want to go buy the trades of X-Men, of the new X-Men series, and then the trade of like probably X-Force and probably New Mutants.
Yeah, and that's kind of the thing is I'm not sure if all of these actually tie into it or which one of them ties into House of X, Powers of X. If you need to read them all, I've only gotten. Yeah, I haven't read any of them. I was planning on trying to follow all of them, and here I am. I don't have any of them yet, but it's definitely something that I'm interested in checking out. Because I went to New York Comic Con. They had a panel strictly for Dawn of X, which is all these new 5 series coming out, and they really, really hyped it up in the panel at the convention. So, like, I was really into it at that point, and then I missed the ones that already came out. So I don't know, but it looked like they're really trying to put some focus back on the X-Men. So
I mean, one of the things is that he doesn't like to be called a showrunner, but I mean, Hickman's been around a long time and he puts out quality. Like, you can get anything that says Jonathan Hickman on it. And I haven't read all his Fantastic Four stuff or anything like that, but I was reading his indie stuff in Image. You can get anything with his name on it and know that it's going to be at least good, so that's what makes me interested. But it's like, I mean, I'm not going to be buying 6 or 7 X-Men titles a month for the next 2 years either. So we got to figure that out, Or I have to have friends that live near me so we can each buy them like I used to do in school, and we would like trade them back and forth.
Swap them around,
Yeah, swap them or something. So, but yeah, we'll see how it goes. It's still Hickman. That's what keeping me around there. So you'll enjoy it, Rod, once you get it, though.
Man, yeah, I got a few issues, but you know what? I gave up. I was like, you know what? I wanted to sit down and read the whole thing with no interruption. But I do have a shout out to give, man. I do have.
Do it.
We got 2 more, and there's the bonus. There's a bonus shout out. Yo, you might want to stay tuned for the bonus one because you know what? That's how we do it here, man. Old Wolf 65. Old Wolf 90 subscribers on YouTube. But you know what?
Wolf, what's up,
Old
Wolf?
Wolf needs no introduction, man.
Nah.
Old Wolf he's everywhere. He's everywhere in the chat. The homie.
He is the homie.
Is amazing. He's an amazing guy. He sends out AOKs to the comic book community. And I sent him a message. I said, yo, I'm giving you a shout out. He just said thank you. And I was just like, man. But he's like one of the biggest supporters on all our channels, man. And that's pretty neat. That I'm happy. Actually, I'm happy to finally acknowledge what he's been doing. And you know what? Not only that, man. Not only that, he did his first live video on YouTube. So, man, guys, check Old Wolf 65. He's amazing. He loves his slabs. He's got a bunch of slabs out there. Check it out, man. I know Comic Books NYC loves his slabs. I saw a comment he left on his channel. So, you know.
Yeah. We were watching some of Old Man's videos or Old Wolf's videos when I was over in New York. He was doing, I don't know if it's his first live stream or what, or he just got some new equipment, but he was in his kitchen doing the live stream. Yeah. It was good. Yeah,
he's cool. We've been subscribed to each other for a while. For me, Old Wolf is like, you know, he has my same tastes. When I see his, you know, if I go back, and he's mostly in the chat, so he doesn't make a ton of videos, but when he does, I'm like, oh, that's basically my pool list that you're buying, you know, with the exception of the only thing I didn't buy and I regret and I didn't start from the beginning was Immortal Hulk. But I remember seeing Captain America next to Immortal Hulk, by the way, and they're both, you know, Alex Ross covers. And I go, well, I'm going to choose one of those. And I, like an idiot, I chose Captain America. I got about 8 issues in, got bored and turned it off. And then Immortal Hulk started blowing up.
Hey, so. Don't feel bad. Like when I first started talking about Immortal Hulk, like nobody was like on it. Like I was like one of the only ones, and I was only on it because I'm a Hulk fan. So I saw that coming out. I was like, oh yeah, I have to put that on there for sure, you know. But it seriously, Immortal Hulk didn't start picking up. So probably like week 8, it felt like, you know. And then people were like, oh yeah, that's a great series. You got to get on it. And I think a lot of people missed out on that. But I mean, luckily it's in trade, so you know you can go back and get it without paying super high prices.
Yeah, I remember you as more of a lurker. You know, when I just pop in, I remember you talking about that months ago. But I mean, it's in trade. It's in trade, but it's nice. And I'm more of a reader than a collector for sure. Although I like to finish runs and stuff. But it'd be nice if my issue Captain America #2 was like $100 on eBay right now. But you know, it was Immortal Hulk. That's whatever #2. You know, so I mean, those Captain America covers were really cool, but what was inside wasn't that great. So I should have went with Al Ewing.
Yeah, I don't know. No, I don't think anybody expected it though. Like, I mean, because the Hulk series has been like so like nowhere. Like in the last few years, there was, you know, and it was just out of left field. Like I didn't expect it to be as great as it was, you know?
Yeah. So when I'm watching Old Wolf's, some of his comic hauls, I'm like, oh, I bought that. Oh, I got that. I got that. And then I see Immortal Hulk and I should have got that. I shouldn't. That's it. Not these terrible Captain America books. I mean, they're not terrible. They look good on my wall because the covers are pretty, but what was in between them was pretty boring. So.
Right.
Well, actually, you mentioned Captain America. That's another book that's off the pool list. You know, I love the covers, man.
Okay, so you've been collecting it?
The recent run, yes. The recent. And then you know,
I got to like issue 9. What did you get to? What is it at 15 or 16?
Oh man, when he was in prison.
I mean, Captain America's always in prison.
He was hanging out there and homeboy was like just shoving his elbow to him and he just said, I'm just like, all right, fine. And then the whole prison breakout. And I was just like, all right, so what's next? You know, I just wasn't feeling it. I
think most of the community doesn't even realize that Captain America has a solo title out right now. Like people just forgotten about it, you know. So, but it was okay. It wasn't bad.
They came out with that annual for that series like after 3 issues too, right? If I'm not mistaken, wasn't it?
It was quick. Yeah, it was that annual. Even though I thought it was boring, but I think that was Teenie Howard's first Marvel thing that she wrote. And now she's all over Marvel. She's writing one of the X books. She's everywhere. Yeah. So yeah,
she was actually at that convention I went to.
Yeah, and she's. It's actually been cool that I read that and I was only okay with it. Then I read her letter at the end that she was like part Roma or like Gypsy or something. That's what that book was about. And and so I've sort of followed her, and you could just see how she's grown as a writer. So that's pretty cool about her. But
yeah, and I can tell you she's definitely got a lot invested into this. I can't remember which X-Men series it is she's writing, but she's really got a lot of her heart and soul invested into it. She's developing characters and taking like these characters, like these characters are like her kids, is what she was basically coming down to saying. And I think, eventually maybe it takes a book, an issue or two or something like that, but she's got a best interest for the series, Yeah,
that's awesome. So Excalibur is like the one, it's only one issue in, but that would be the one I would say that if people don't want to get super invested in the whole X thing, but want one of the books, Excalibur looks like it's going to do its own thing. It's all magic based. Apocalypse is in it. So, and he's like a good guy now, which just sort of annoys me, but I'm going to see where that goes.
I'm with you. Like Marvel, they like to do that, man. They like to take these bad guys and turn them into like wannabe good guys. It's hard.
Yeah, and then it works for a lot of guys, but Apocalypse is supposed to be like the, I mean, he's supposed to be all bad.
Yes, I agree, man.
Yeah, so we'll see.
All right. Hey, Jeff, man. I see
What's up?
A few people jump on the chat, man.
Yep.
Who we got here? And then we could talk about some other stuff I have on my list right here.
We have Justice for Comics. What's up, Justice for Comics? We got our boy Steve Whiting. What's up, Steve? Good to see you, man. Thank you for being here. We got the Comic Jabroni, Edwin. What's up, Edwin? Good to see you, brother. Hope you're having a good Sunday. Comic Book Journeys. What's going on, Comic Book Journeys? Thank you for joining us.
And this super chat is open. If you want to donate to the channel, just throwing it out there.
Fish and Freaks Comics. What's up, Fish and Freaks? Good to see Sam's Tangled Web. What's up, Sam? Good to see you. Lindsay B. What's up, Lindsay? Good to see you.
All right.
I have a question. Should I see glitter and duct tape all over the place, and he can answer in the chat if he wants. But is that a reference I should get? Is that a comic book reference, or is he just into weird stuff? Glitter and duct tape. Sparkly things. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's a comic book reference or he can. Let's get an explanation on his name, because it's definitely the non-comic name that sticks out most in the community. I always see glitter and duct tape. Oh, what does that mean? What's going on there? So,
all right.
Anyway,
that's Chris asking the glitter and duct tape a question. Usually it's the opposite. We got the chat asking our guest the question, but this is how we do, man. We change things up. But you know what? There was something running through my head, man. We got all these number ones coming out, all these number one issues coming out. And what about the legacy numbers, man?
They're so confusing, man.
They got them so.
Just keeping legacy numbers, man.
Well, no one picks them up.
But then you look on the comic book, you'll see like issue 1, legacy 6.
I like they do it. Yeah, I like that they do it. I like that they do it, right? Like at least that they can celebrate 1,000th issue. But the truth is they screw it up. So that's actually cool that you said this, because this goes back into tie-ins. So when Rosenberg was doing Uncanny X-Men, it had the legacy number under it, and it was like legacy number 700 or 600, whatever. But then the tie-in for War of the Realms for Uncanny X-Men had the exact same legacy numbers. So they even screw it up. They even don't know what they're talking about. So later on, if you're like trying to connect, I mean, who's going to collect a whole X-Men run? But if you're trying to collect a whole X-Men run or like issue 300 on, those legacy numbers are going to throw you off, because War of the Realms Uncanny X-Men tie-in had the same legacy number as the regular Uncanny X-Men. So it is super confusing.
It is. Well, like for Incredible Hulk, like I'm confused out of my mind for its legacy number. I don't even know where it stops, begins, which issues or which volumes in the legacy. Like Immortal Hulk is part of the Incredible Hulk.
Thank you, Steve Whiting, for the super.
I think we're on like freaking 742 issue. Like issue number 25 or 26 of Immortal Hulk was legacy number 742 of the Incredible Hulk. So, I mean.
So Immortal Hulk is actually part of Incredible Hulk's legacy numbering. I didn't realize that. I thought they were doing their own thing.
Oh yeah, no, because I got this right here, Immortal Hulk 17, but it's legacy number 734. So
that's cool. Hey, look, Steve Whiting. I'm on this guy's side. Look, he gave you money for Venom number 20, Rod.
But
he goes. Hey, and if you get one of the
great guy in general, man.
He is.
if you get one of the rare covers, that's gonna, that's that $3.99 could be way more. That could be like $25-$30, so who knows?
All right, nice. Yep, let's jump into number 5, and after that we got number 6. It's a bonus shout out, guys. You not want to miss this one because it's a Spanish channel. So, but at number 5 right now, we have this youngster. We have SuperHeroCrew, 170 subscribers, guys. You know what? Andrew is a cool homie in the community. We were going back and forth talking, and I was like, man, keep putting content. He's doing it, man. It's pretty dope. He does like 3 videos a week. He does a comic book review. He does a comic haul video, and then he has a podcast. SHC means SuperHeroCrew, man. So damn it, I hate talking so much when I'm reading my notes, man. You know what? But he says subscribe to his channel and be part of the crew, the SuperHeroCrew. So,
yeah, he's pretty cool. Yeah, he's pretty cool. Sounds to me like he's from New Jersey. And he gave I don't know if you guys have read or saw The Last God from DC. It's sort of like it's almost like a sword and sorcery, almost like a Conan thing. Man, he gave it a really bad review, but I was cracking up through the whole thing though, because it was pretty funny. It was a comic I liked. I thought the art was great. I thought the story was great. And he was like, and I commented on his video. He was like, I don't understand this at all. He goes, and then he just, as he was saying he didn't understand what was happening, he was like giving the full summary that he clearly understood what was happening, but he still didn't like it. Hopefully sticks with it, because I think that's going to be pretty good. You could tell that he's gonna that book, The Last God, is going to get pretty deep. It's another one where I bought the first issue. I'm just going to wait for the trade, but I could tell that's going to be good. But his review was really funny on it. So
yeah, he's a youngster, and it's pretty neat. I mean, we're all youngsters in the community too. But you know what? It's nice that he's putting content out there, just like all the other 4 people we mentioned before we get to number 6. And not only that, man, the chat is amazing. These guys put out hard work into their stuff. It's amazing, man. It's just amazing what we do for the community, and this is what it's all about. And at the same time, it's an escape to just hang out with you guys. So just saying that, man. Just saying that.
Yeah.
So I know Chris he loves his 90s stuff. 90s nostalgia.
I think like a lot of us that I mean, you know what I noticed in the community, just people talking, is that a lot of us collected comics as kids and as teenagers, and then a lot of us stopped for a long time, it seems. I just seem to see, like, even Bueller, all kinds of people that they just sort of quit or just dipped in a little bit and then started again. And then those that find the YouTube community, obviously you guys are super involved. I just show up, say something and leave. And I've just gotten us more and more into this community, into collecting comics and stuff. So it's been a few years, I've always bought trades here and there, but right now it's funny because none of my 90s stuff is worth anything. It's all like Stormwatch and terrible Rob Liefeld stuff and whatnot. But I do think it's cool that I can go to the dollar boxes and the quarter bins and find some of that, all that crazy stuff there, and read it and take a look. The stuff that I couldn't afford as a kid, right? And now it's in like dollar bins and stuff. So it is a nostalgia thing for sure. It's just fun to go do. You can give, I can give it away if I want later on, or I could just let it pile up back here in these long and short boxes and whatnot. But you have to figure it out. So it's just fun to be able to do that because all those were such high print runs, right? So
for sure. So before we let you talk about your channel and just to let the people know what you're all about, there was a question. Combat Jabroni said, "This country was a good start. I'm interested for the rest of the story. What do you think? You read it?"
Are you talking to me or Jeffrey? Me?
I did not read it.
Yeah, I read it. I think it's the last video on my channel right now is the review of Undiscovered Country. And I enjoyed it a lot. I'd already written my notes and I popped in like I want to do. I popped in on White Whale and John's Comics with Kids review of it. But I mean, those guys crack me up because I don't feel like they don't like very many number ones. So when I read it, I thought it was all good setup. It was, by the way, it's definitely the best value because it's something like 33 pages and it's bigger than any of the X-Men titles and it's $1 cheaper. So it's like 10 cents a page or something crazy like that. I really liked it. And it's sometimes you just trust a writer. I trust Scott Snyder and I trust Charles Soule. I know that they'll always write something really good and they're writing this together. So, yeah, I enjoyed it a ton, and I know it's going to go somewhere. It may be something I wait for trade on, but I think it's something you should support if you're grabbing it, and I think it's going to get a lot of support. So it's also not one of those Image titles where you should be afraid it's going to be canceled after 4 or 5 issues. I mean, it's going to get at least 3 or 4 arcs in for sure. So
yeah, it's pretty neat, man. So
every convention I go to, Scott Snyder has one of the longest lines of people waiting to meet
Batman.
It's crazy.
That's Batman, though.
Yeah. It's insane.
Anyone that touches Batman, maybe not Tom King, but anyone that touches Batman, I mean, Tom King is still popular. Twitter just doesn't like him. But anyone that touches Batman just gets long lines. Like, you should just do it. Even if you hate Batman, you should just go do it just so you can, like, go do other stuff for a while. You'll just become a lot more popular. So.
Word.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna finish it, man. I'm gonna finish it. I'm gonna
finish it.
So it's just especially this is just I love this whole thing, man. That's dope.
Hey, I'm a Tom King apologist. I go on to other people's reviews and hauls, and they know me as the guy that likes it. Farley's Nerd Cave is one of my favorite channels, and he was trying really hard to have a good opinion about Batman, and it's just fallen off. He's still buying it, but he doesn't like it anymore. And I liked every issue. Does he write things? Is he too wordy, or does he like make things too long? He does, but he had a plan. He had a 100-issue plan, and it's coming to fruition. It'll end at 85, and then there'll be 10 more Batman Catwoman issues. So I like it. I'm a fan, and I'm an apologist for the Tom King Batman. But the people who don't like Tom King remind me of the people that really hate The Last Jedi in Star Wars. Like, the people that dislike it are just ready to write like 10 paragraphs and do like 2 hours on how much they hate it. So, but I like it, and I'm going to stick with it. So I'm glad to see that you're sticking with it too, Rod.
Well, I gotta finish it now. You got Bane in it, so why not?
we do got to finish it. 3 more issues, right?
That's it, man. That's it. So, who's anybody new in the chat, Mr. Jeffrey?
Yep. We got Shelly Cakes. What's up, Shelly? Good to see you. I think there's some more Fish and Freaks comics. I don't know if I got a chance to give them a shout out. Life with 2 YouTubers. What's up, Sharon? Good to see you. SuperHeroCrew. What's up, SuperHeroCrew? Might be ASM 129. What's up, ASM 129? Centauri Stir Fry. Good to see you. What's up, guys?
Hey, Centauri Stir Fry.
Yeah, Silver Age Dave. What's up, Dave? Good to see you. Smia 0601. Good to see you. Conquistadorks. What's up, Javi?
Nice. People in the chat, man.
4 color commentary. Peanut Butter 524. Thank you guys for all being here.
Yeah, for sure, man. Thank you for hanging out. This is the Comic Book Community Shout Out Show. We have the bonus shout out. The bonus
You're
shout out.
You're missing one channel before the bonus,
Oh,
aren't you? You're
what?
you're you.
I am.
Yeah.
Our comic book fangirl, 63 subscribers. Yo, on YouTube, that's her channel. On Instagram, thanks, Chris. Thanks for looking out, brother. You can find her on Instagram under the same name, Elizabeth. She's a great lady. She's just so sweet. Yo, check out her videos, man. Her channel is pretty much she wants to if you don't know what to do and get into collecting, she's gonna help you. She's gonna help you start, how to start a collection and stuff like that. So feel free, man. Check her out. She does comic hauls and she wants to show off her comic book collection. She's just a sweet lady, man. Check it out, man. Check it out. 63 subscribers. Instagram under the same name. And it's you are not your. You are Comic Book Fangirl. All one. Check her out right.
She's really cool. I think that's the kind of channel that we should support in the community. I mean, she buys a lot of these books that we're all like 38-year-old, 35, 40-year-old males and stuff like that. And she buys a lot of these books that you're like, who's buying this? And that are of interest to her. And it's sort of exciting, some of her videos, watching them when she's pulling out like Captain Marvel, and that's cool to her. And stuff like Bitch Planet, that was really good, and things like that. It's really exciting to see her, how excited she is. It looks like she's been collecting for a while, and she's younger, and it's really cool. I imagine, and John's Comics with Kids is a channel I pop in and out of and stuff. I imagine his girls in 5 years are going to have YouTube channels that I'm sure he'll be watching very closely, and they'll be the same. They'll be showing their collection and stuff like that when they're in their teens and stuff. And it's just one of those channels and one of those people in the community that I think should be supported a lot, especially if we like to see this hobby and this world of comic books grow. It's got to grow into those kind of areas. So she's real fun, real excited about the hobby and her collection and stuff. So definitely check her out.
Yeah, it's pretty neat that you mentioned that, Chris, because these channels, among others, they work hard. They out there, they take time to make either a 5-minute video or a 10-minute or a 15-minute video. And next thing you know, you look at their views, it's probably like 2. But then when you watch it, it's like, damn, man, why 5 views or 2? But it's dope, man. They put out great stuff. So
yeah, we all got to start somewhere,
Yeah,
it's hard that like I first started hanging out in like the chats. I think a lot of people did. You start hanging out in the chats, and then finally you start making videos, and then you start like your friends in the chat start watching your videos, and finally your channel starts to grow a little bit. But like it's not easy, and when you have a small channel, YouTube makes it really hard to find you.
Yeah,
so like you could be searching for a person's name, like you type in their exact name and you can't find their channel. So I mean, like when you first start out, it's not easy.
Yeah. And you're right, Jeffrey. That's why it's probably hard because we here in the community we did not mention like a lot of the Hispanic channels, should I say. There is one channel out there. This is the bonus shout out, man. This is the bonus shout out that needs to be acknowledged, man. It's a Spanish channel. And Chris, I was talking to Chris before we came. It was early morning. I think it was 10, Chris wrong. 10. It could have been earlier than 10 o'clock.
I've still been in bed, man. That's like 7 a.m. over here, bro.
7 a.m. for me. 7 a.m. for me too.
And I said, man, I have to do a bonus shout out. I have to acknowledge the Hispanics.
Absolutely.
In the comic book community. They're out there. We have fans across the pond. We have Hispanics in the community. this one channel is from Mexico. Yo, Freak Noob News. It's all Spanish, guys. All Spanish. And then I find out Chris is like, you reply back to me in Spanish. And I was like, what the hell? I didn't know you got some Argentinian blood in you, brother.
Yeah. I don't trick anyone. No one walks up to me and speaks Spanish, which is probably why my Spanish isn't that good. But definitely on the dad's side, and my grandmother, she doesn't speak any English. So I was really excited to see that channel too, because I mean, that actually watching that channel, and he, you know, in Mexico, I guess it's a little bit tougher to buy like floppies and stuff. And that's one of them where, you know, the last couple of weeks I've been thinking, I just need nice stuff for my bookshelf, not stacks of white boxes back here like you can even see behind me. And he has some they're in Spanish, which is awesome too, but he has some like really nice hardcover versions of like Batman Year One, and you know that they're the collected editions, but they're just really beautiful, you know. And I'm like, what? I want that. Sometimes I just want that to put on this bookshelf back here. And you know, my wife's been complaining about the white boxes on the floor, so I got to figure out something to do with those. So yeah, he's a great channel. You know, normally me and Perry, I think, are the same. I think a lot of people are like this. When I'm watching the comic book content, I do put it up on like 1.5, 2x, because I can take it in, I can understand it. But you know, my Spanish is only so good, so I kept him at normal, maybe 1.25. So I, you know, and seeing him excited about, you know, Batman Year One and the stuff I saw was pretty cool. So that was a great channel to sub.
Yeah. So I'll read what his channel says. I'll try to do my best Spanish here. Un canal de cómics, cine y noticias, en donde encontrarás reseñas, analizas, podcasts y comentarios semanales de los más nuevos entretenimientos en la cultura nerds.
Oh, so, yes, I got all that.
So, you know, what he's saying is he does his whole movies, news, commentary, analyze podcasts weekly, and entertainment and the nerd culture. So there it is, man.
Awesome.
So we gotta acknowledge the people, man.
Absolutely. Anybody, you know, and as long as they're doing like, you know, positive things, like I'm totally good with that.
I give him a lot of credit too, because I mean, no one here watched Zombieland very much. He's got Zombieland 2. He's got a review up for Zombieland 2, and there's not that many views, but he watched it. He gave a great review, and I didn't comment because my written Spanish is far worse than my spoken Spanish, but I definitely watched the whole review, so it was a good time.
All right. So Justice said my biggest recommendation would be to be conversational, like you were having conversation. Well said, Justice. Thank you, sir. Nice positive comment. We really do appreciate that. We're hitting that hour mark. And right now, we didn't even give a chance for Chris to talk about his channel. So right now, Chris, what we're gonna do is I'm gonna say the 5 channels. I'm gonna mention the bonus one, and then we'll let you talk about your channel, and then we'll jump on to Jeffrey if he wants to mention something. But we have King of Comicdom. He has 151 subscribers, man. On Instagram, you can find him under the same name. The guy's been collecting for 45 years, man. Check it out. That's all I have to say. We have 4 color commentary, 90 subscribers. Another guy, Mark, has been collecting for 40 years. He enjoys his whole comic collection. He does reviews, comic book gimmicks, and plenty of stuff, man. And our girl right now, Elizabeth, you are Comic Book Fangirl, 63 subscribers on Instagram. All these channels are on the link below. All you gotta do is hit that little arrow button, and you'll find all the links. Elizabeth, she's a sweet lady, man. All you gotta do is just check her stuff out. You'll see what I'm talking about, man. Old Wolf 65 needs no introduction. The guy is he's an anchor into the community, man. He's supporting everyone.
Yeah, check him out for sure.
Check him out. And
homie.
He's my homie, man. Actually, he sent out a Daredevil picture to Perry. I love Perry. Love that picture. So Anyway,
I don't drink, Justice, but you need a beer, you should crack one open, I think.
all right. So we got Superhero Crew at 170 subscribers. You can find him on Instagram under the same name. Andrew is a young member in the community. He does comic book reviews. He does comic book hauls, and not only that, he does his SHC podcast, man. So check him out. And you know why? You want to be part of the crew? You will. If you subscribe, you'll be part of the Superhero Crew. Entonces tenemos nuestro hermanos FreakNoobNews. 5013 subscribers, man. Check them out. El canal está fuego. I'm trying to switch it up a little bit here.
You sound like a soccer announcer? Yes.
I did.
Go.
Huh.
You know, check them out, man. Freak Noob News, 513 subscribers. You can find them on Instagram at the same time. And you know what? This is time, man. We gotta let Chris talk about his channel. So, Chris, take it away, brother.
Gray Man. Oh wow, you just gave me the big screen.
I want
Gray Man asked me how my Polish is doing. Gray Man is one of the metalhead comic book collectors on there. Centauri Stir Fry is another one. White Whale is another one. So this is a Polish magazine, Polish heavy metal magazine I grabbed from there. The Polish is going all right. It's much more tough than Spanish or English was, because at least I grew up speaking those, even if I speak them wrong. But yeah, Polish is another world. We just came from Poland and was reviewing stuff in bars there on my channel, which is basically what my channel is. I do the comic calls like everyone. I don't live stream that much. You know, this is especially in the community, I like to pop in. And normally, like my kids running around or something like that, or the Packers are playing like they are right now, and I should be watching that. But in general, what you'll get is what my channel is I guess I do spoiler reviews. I should tell people that, because I just start talking and I forget to tell them that spoilers are coming. But I just like to talk about what I'm reading for the most part. And the subscribers are cool, and I appreciate them. I love them because you'll see and it's in your feed and stuff. But what I really like is the conversation about the specific the comic I'm reading, you know. So when I'm able to, I can churn out a lot of reviews, and sometimes it's a lot of like 5-minute videos and whatnot. And I don't expect everyone to watch all of these, but I really like it when you've read it and then we pop on and tell me why you disagree or why you don't like it or why you do. So my stuff's really specific, and it's really just a way for me to, put my ideas out there and then let people riff off of them in the comments. And I mean, Batman obviously is one that does well. And then the X-Men, all the House of X and Powers of X were doing well too, as far as like comments and people talking about them, whether you hate them or love them or whether you collect them or not. And I guess that's the focus of my channel. Not as much live streaming, although I do occasionally, and I do the hauls. Sometimes I have my buddy pick his top 5 covers. That's not a comic book collector. And that's about it, really. I mean, I just like to review and talk about comics. As you saw here, I was trying not to get into the weeds on some of the talk with Jeffrey and stuff like that, because I know there's more people are more general, but that's really what I want to do. I like to just get real deep onto the things that we're talking about or reading, because that's what I enjoy most about the community, is that people are actually readers here and collectors too. But most people that even are collecting are readers. So that's a big deal to me. And there's a lot of guys out there that I like to follow that aren't exact, like Gray Man doesn't buy anything new. He still pops into the comments.
I see Gray Man in every chat. Gray Man.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. He pops into the comments, go, hey, I'm not reading this, but I finished Alpha Flight, so that's cool. And he could lift a long box, so he's cool with that too. So he's exciting.
Beard too. So
oh yeah, the gray beard is great. So anyway, that's my channel. That's just in a nutshell. Is I'm a little bit more specific and willing to go into the weeds for people that are reading stuff, and I do a lot more indie stuff. I think I do like the more famous comics that are coming out, like the X-Men and stuff, and then I talk about indie stuff a lot. So those get lower views, but it's just what I like to do. So
sweet man.
Yeah.
Before we could do We could do a rapid fire question. Oh man, well, I think it's gonna break loose now. Hey, Jeffy, what you got going on later on tonight or on your upcoming channel?
So, what did you say?
No, I'm talking about yo, what you got coming up on your channel or anything new, Jeff?
I just got a stack. I've stopped buying number ones, so it's being harder to review like number ones and stuff. But you know, I'll probably the other thing I don't do is I don't really edit. So I mean, I watch like Centuri Stir Fry is one of the best channels out there as far as editing and the way he intros stuff. So I've decided, hey, maybe I'll start editing some stuff down and adding it, because normally I just basically it's a live stream, except I record it and put it on. All my and nose picks and whatnot are on there. You know, there's not that many nose picks, but
I do that all the time, man.
Yeah, I do the
just
I do
for the
thing.
fun of it.
Yeah, but yeah, I'll start trying to do some of that stuff. I guess I should just mention it here. Me and a friend of mine do a sports podcast and live stream on Chaotic Sports. So if you're a sports fan, go check out those live streams. So obviously chaos is a thing I like, and I put in all the names of my channels and whatnot. So we just talked a lot about UFC on that channel. That's probably where I'll be live streaming mostly, is about sports and stuff. But you know, that's hit or miss for people. So yeah, just trying to stay busy on YouTube, because I enjoy it. I enjoy all the communities, and I enjoy everyone that's going on, you know, everything that's going on. And I just enjoy being a smart aleck in the chat, to be honest. So I'll keep doing that too.
That's awesome. Hey, Jeffrey, what you got going on, man? Let the people know.
Boom. Got Coast to Coast every Saturday. Yeah. All right. So I got Thursday, this coming up Thursday, me and Big Will are starting a show back up. It's going to be one Thursday a month. It's going to be like the second Thursday of every month, but that starts this Thursday. I do my shows Sundays with Comic Books NYC, Soldier, Fuchsia, and Bake the Snake. I'm working on like another show right now with some friends of mine. I got The Hunt. The Hunt's coming up on a year. So that's been crazy to be a part of that. Who?
Am I your friend?
Oh, whatever. you know you are. You
why can't
you were the first show
be
to shout it out, right?
Why can't
every
we
Saturday,
be
bro?
friends?
Yes. So got Coast to Coast going on, and you know, yeah, I'm always popping up. I did an edited video. You saw that, right? Like, man, I put a video up, guys. Can you believe that?
Yeah,
so I did that. You know, I just jump around. Like, I was thinking about going live last night, but then I realized I didn't have anything to talk about. Like, so I was just like, I can go live, but it's only going to be me making a fool out of myself or something.
Oh, don't worry.
So I was
don't worry. I've done that plenty of times.
What? You know.
And recently too. So you know what? It's okay to let loose.
Yeah.
Even though my wife's seen it and she approved.
Sounds like a Sublime album there in the background.
Stop it, girl.
Yes. So you know that's it. You just jumping around, just trying to stay busy here and there. You know.
Yeah, man, for sure, man. So
what about you? You got anything coming up?
Well, we got of course we have Bio Pass on every Tuesday with
that's that comic triple threat.
Triple threat. Perry Comics.
My boys right there.
Yo. You know, we you know, if I mention Daredevil, I get crap on. But you know what? That's the whole fun thing about, you know, buy or pass. You know, we just love comic books. Go out there and buy stuff that we want to read. And if you guys don't like it, you buy or pass. That's the whole point of the show. You come out there, mention comics, just talk to us in the chat and say, man, that book sucks. You pass. Man, that book is hot. I'm going to buy it. That's the whole point of the show, man. And, we, you know, we're going strong, and it's pretty neat that everyone wants to hang out in the chat. We really do appreciate everyone's time that comes out there. Not only that show, but this show right now is I just love hanging out with the guest that comes on the show. Chris, thank you so much for man. I really do appreciate your time. So I want to say that, man. You didn't have it on. He was like, yeah, let's do this, you know. and we've been playing it for a couple of weeks already. But it's neat, man. It's neat that that we bring a guest on the show and get to know the community a lot better. You know, that's what I like to do, man. Because after this, if you want, you can jump on Coast to Coast Comics, man. This is what it's all about.
Oh, there we go. I've been yeah, sounds good. When is Coast to Coast? Is that the Saturday show?
Yes,
Every Saturday, 8 o'clock.
Oh, good. I don't like college football, so that'd be easier for me.
Absolutely, right?
Oh, man. Yo, man, this is it. We're going to end it right now. With that being said, I want to just mention the channels real quick. King of Comicdom, 151 subscribers, 4 color commentary, 90 subscribers. These are all channels on YouTube except one, but that does not have an Instagram. And that was the second one, 4 color commentary. We got our comic book fangirl, or your comic book fangirl, 63 subscribers. Old Wolf needs no introduction. They got, you know who he is. Tony is awesome. SuperHeroCrew, 171 subscribers. And nuestro hermano allá abajo en México, FreakNoobNews, 53 subscribers. I can't say subscribers in Spanish, but
it's okay. I can't either, so you're all right. But yeah, no, all the links for all these channels are all in the description below, so you guys go check them out. If you like what you see from these guys, subscribe to their channel. And thank you all for being here. Appreciate seeing you all.
That's it. With that,
okay, thank you guys.
See you Tuesday. Don't go nowhere.
See you later. Oh.